Welcome to the Black Excellence Club podcast. I appreciate you coming through. Let's just start off with you introducing yourself.
Hi, I'm Jaqueena, Harvey. I don't know what to say.
It works. So, what do you do, Jaqueena Harvey?
So I am a massage therapist. I own Queen Treatments. And I just live for myself right now. I'm enjoying life. That's what I do.
Okay. So, how long have you had your business, you would say?
So my business is just short of a year. December 3rd. Actually, I lied. It's going on a year. It went a year in May.
Congratulations.
Yes. But solely by myself, like before I was my business and working for somebody else. Mm-hmm. But as of December 13th, it will be a year that I'm by myself.
Full time.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. So let's talk about you working for someone else and then transitioning to full time by yourself. Like, do you mind saying where you was working before? Or?
I was working at Feel Good Studio on Front Street. It's a lovely, beautiful place.
Let's start from the beginning now. What made you want to become a massage therapist?
What made me want to become a massage therapist?
Well, why did you go into massage therapy?
So, I have foundation at the place I used to work, Feel Good Studio. Mm-hmm. I give credit to like where I am right now. So I was looking for a job, ended up there as like reception and just making like $50 every Saturday. Okay. It was something. And it turned out like Caroline there, the owner of there, she's a really nice lady, and she gave me the opportunity to start doing Pilates at her studio. So that gave me extra like days to work. And then she was like, hey, do you want to, like, I had interest in beauty therapy, so esthetician. So I was like, yes, I want to start doing facials. And then she was like, do you want to do everything? I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I want to do everything. So she started teaching me how to massage, and that was more easier to do than to do facials, because there's a lot of technicals with facials. Okay. So with massage, she got a few clients to get on board and like just help me do Swedish. And from there I was like, okay, I think I enjoy this. So I was looking for schools. This is all in 2018. In a matter of like months, I decided to like go school.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I was looking for schools that had the esthetician courses.
What's esthetician?
So
that's your facials?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I really wanted to be at that time, and I was looking for schools that did both, but I was mainly focused on esthetician. I want to be an esthetician. And then something just shifted because I was doing massages more, because that's what I was able to do at her job, which was fine. And then I was like, okay, maybe the massage. So I was looking at schools in England, and then someone was like, no, you need to find schools that correlate with the Bermuda Massage Association. So I looked into that, and then I found a school, and then like literally a month later I was signed up ready to go to school in 2019.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So were you in a position financially to pay for it, or how did that work?
No. So I'm one of those persons that when they see something, they get like they want it, and time doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you self-fund yourself through school, or you had help, or how did that work?
No, so I got a loan because it was so short notice. I literally, so they was offering to like the school. They was starting up in November. And it was, I think, September or October. And I started looking. I was like, oh, like telling my parents and my grandmother, I'm like, the school starts in November. I need to do it now. So they're like, what, man? And I was just like, yeah, I need to go now. I need to go now. And I'm just so eager when it comes to stuff like that. So I ended up getting a loan, but because of the process, I had to humble myself, take it slow, and I had to sign up for the January.
Okay.
Because everything was happening within like less than a month.
Right.
So I had to sign up for January. I had to get a loan. I had to do all the paperwork and immigration, all of that. So.
Right. So where was your school located?
My school is located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long was the program?
The course was 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had to stay out there for 8 months?
Yes, I had to stay out there for 8 months. My grandmother lived out there, so it made it much better because I had room and board.
Right. That's definitely handy.
So that was definitely a draw too. And they were on the list of the Bermuda Massage Association.
Okay. So what exactly is the Bermuda Massage Association?
So the Bermuda Massage Association is a board of massage therapists that are recognized locally by the insurance companies and by the health council.
Okay.
Yeah, to perform like top grade massages.
Okay. So how does one become, like, do you just have to register with them, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you have to meet the qualifications as far as if you go online, if you're becoming like if you want to be a part of the association, you have to just meet the qualifications as far as school hours, the amount of hours you do, different certificates that you have to have before. Okay. That's why that's recognized, because of the level that we are on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So your school had the massage therapy and the facial technician stuff?
Yeah. So that school is amazing. Atlanta School of Massage is a massage school, the esthetician school, and also a personal training school.
Okay.
So it's a 3-in-1. All different. They're divided.
Okay.
So it's not like you could take massage and the esthetician course together. It's
okay.
Like,
so you had to do them separately?
Yes.
Okay.
And
is
they're all
that why
different
it was 8 months, or?
Pardon me?
Is that why it took 8 months, or?
That's the.
That's just for massage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The esthetician course is 2 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So that's why I say it's more
this
technical.
Okay, got you.
But I fell in love with massage actually. When I came back and graduated right before COVID, my boss, she was like, yeah, you can, she certified me for her beauty studio. So I was able to do her treatments and stuff, as far as massage and also facials. But I ended up like, I don't want to do facials no more. I like massage. Like, I go into school, you saw like the teachers are amazing, but they like show you how much avenues you could go down as far as massage and where it can take you. And like, we had one speaker that went to school, his name Tony, and he actually passed away 2020 during COVID. It was so sad, but he is brilliant. Like, as far as like his work, he just like inspired me, like, yo, I could take this more than just a beauty treatment. Like, it's literally more than just beauty treatment as far as massage. It's like holistic. It's like well-being. It should be a lifestyle. Like,
my stuff now.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long were you working? I can't remember the name. I'm sorry.
Feel Good Studios.
Yes, Feel Good Studios. My apologies.
In total, from when I first started?
Like, from after you got your certification.
Oh. I quit within a year. So,
and that was because you wanted to go on your own, or yes?
I think I gave her a year altogether after.
Okay.
I gave her a year. I think so. Yeah, I think I gave her a year or half of a year.
Okay.
Conflict happened.
Okay.
Like I said, I saw more than beauty treatments when it came to massage, and I just wanted to take it to a next level, and just offer more. And I understand that, you know, when it comes to people's businesses, that's their babies, and you know, you have to allow people to do what they gotta do with their business.
Right.
So I just said, okay, well, you're doing that, and I need to do this. So I went off on my own.
Okay. So now we can go into, because you said you basically started your business in like May.
Yes.
Of what year is this?
Of
2021. Okay. So, and you were still working there at that time. And like, how was your business on the side? Like, how was that going?
It was very slow because, one, I didn't want to step on her toes and be like, oh, I'm got my own business, guys. Stop like taking our clients. That's unprofessional and unethical. So, and I literally just started because COVID, 2019, I had from September 2019 to March 2020 to actually do massages, and I'm still like a rookie.
Right.
So like the confidence is not there yet. And then after March 2020 up until I guess what, Bermuda opened up in July. Yeah, up until
basically
there,
yeah,
I wasn't doing anything.
Okay.
So that's like what, half a year of not, I'm still new and stuff. So because I was registered massage therapist, I was able to get in to work faster.
Okay.
Like July 2020, that's where I started picking up at Feel Good. So I was still under Feel Good.
Right.
And that's where my confidence came from. And then going into 2021, I saw like, okay, I want to do this with my, like, I wanted to be more therapeutic and rehabilitating. And I couldn't do that under there. So, what was the question?
I can't even remember. I think it was more so, how did you gain your clientele while you're still working at the place?
Right. So, being that I had a gap, the confidence came once I started kicking in, and then once I started knowing what I wanted, then that's where it's like I started promoting myself on Instagram, and then even people were just coming to me. And then once I started in May, I was telling, so I don't think it's technically stealing clients, because they were coming to me directly, like people
like outside of.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just like, okay, well, I'm located up here, and then I would say, okay, well, you have the option to come here, or I can come to you because I'm mobile based. And that's where I started to like get my clientele from there. I didn't take any clients that were already there. And I didn't take any clients that the clients recommended, like her clients recommended me.
Right.
So I did it like specifically where it's like, okay, like you tell your friend, go to Jaqueena.
Right.
Then I would say, okay, you have the option to stay here,
Right.
or I could do you like that. So
Okay.
I don't think it's stealing.
That's more word of mouth, if you ask me.
Yeah. So that's where I started. So yeah, I was really strategic with picking which clients I would say I'm mobile to.
Okay.
Without trying to like steal her clients.
Right. So, and you said you left, like you went full time in December. So, I guess, so did you register your business and all of that?
Yeah. So in May I did everything.
Okay.
Registered my business.
As a sole proprietor, or okay.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it. That's
Pardon
the way
me?
I said that's the easiest way to do it. That's the way I'm registered too.
Yeah.
Because who's got $6,000 to do that right now?
Yeah.
Like,
So
no, thank you. But Okay, so you registered right away when you had the business idea. And what other steps did you take after that?
So I got a logo. I did registered the business, which was like finding out all these steps I have to take is a lot.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, don't.
Where did you get the information from?
Where did I get the information?
That's my main thing.
That's a thinker right now.
Because I could say for me, it was like, it's too many people saying too many different things. From my experience, like going to BEDC, asking people that's registered a business already, like different things like that. Everyone has something different to say. So now it's like me as a new entrepreneur who wants to register the business. I'm just like, no one's giving me adequate information. Like, or you're giving me information, but someone's contradicted what you just said. So it's like, which do I really believe?
I know.
So for like, that's what I found very difficult when it came to like starting my business and everything, especially when it came around to getting a business bank account.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
I'm still trying to get that right now.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, I could probably help you with that. Since I've actually done it, I can actually say I can probably assist you with that.
I've been to the bank like 3 times to say, can I get a meeting for my business, and they've never called me back. Yeah.
Wow.
So
well,
right now,
I have this lady's name, and I will make sure I give it to you.
I know. Is
who sorted me out?
Take this out so I don't get in trouble.
I can't even remember. I'll have to. It's in my email, but it's crazy. Like, information, I feel like it's the hardest thing right now in Bermuda.
I know.
Adequate information.
I know. A lot of people say a lot of different things, and you got to do this, you got to do that, and then you go to them.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
For me, I think it was a little bit more guided. Only the fact that I have the massage association. Okay. So, while I was working on the Feel Good, during COVID, one of the clients was like, oh, I know you're mobile, because I told her, like, I want to be mobile. I just told her my future. So she's like, she's black. She's a black business owner too. I think she owns the movie theater up in Dockyard. I want to say it's the same lady. And she's like, yeah, how can I get you to massage me and be mobile? And I never like really thought about doing it actually. I was just like, I'm fine. So I actually put the idea to my boss, and she's like, no, we're not doing that. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then so she sent a list, so I had to ask the president of the Bermuda Massage Association, what is the process of me going off on my own. And she was telling me that I need to have payroll tax, I need to have my own insurance, I need to be approved by the health council, yada yada yada. So I went to the health council, and that was a task itself. That was a lot of back and forth to get registered and to get my business registered.
Right.
That was a task. That was a real task.
And I feel like it shouldn't have to be.
No, it shouldn't.
And that's what deters people away from doing stuff, especially in Bermuda.
I'm coming to think that this is part of it. Only the strong survive.
That too.
Like, I think they purposely make it hard.
Imagine if it was easy, how many people would be doing said business? Like,
exactly.
It's only the people that really want it that are really doing it. So.
Exactly. I really
so
think...
I guess when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense, because then you have a whole pile of random businesses doing the exact same thing.
I really think only the strong survive, and people with money. But... money moves. But it was a back and forth process with the health council, and then setting up after I got approved the health council, everything else was easier. Getting my own insurance, boom, cool.
So that's like personal insurance?
Yeah. So
or liability insurance?
Pardon me?
Or liability insurance? It's
both.
Okay.
Yeah. So being like, so I get to be able to just have a personal insurance, and that will be the liability.
Okay.
But if I start to hire people, then I will have to get
the proper or next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
But payroll tax, and then social. So that all came easier because it's just fill out a paper and you're signed up. Right. I thought that would be the hard part because government.
In all honesty, it's very easy to register a business in Bermuda, guys. If you don't know, just go to the tax commission. It's next to Marketplace in Hamilton, that building right on the right hand side of it. I can't remember if you're gonna have to look at the signs. Yeah. But go up to the tax commission, say I want to register a business, and they'll give you a piece of paper to fill out, and that's it. Literally, that's it to literally register a business in Bermuda. It's everything else that's the issue.
Yeah, everything else is the issue. And also, you got to be nice with your paperwork.
That too.
You got to be really nice and on time with your paperwork.
That too.
Everything follows you. If you want to buy a house, if you want to do everything. I guess that's like a credit score in Bermuda. Yeah,
that's something I'm still trying to figure out, because like the banks, like when you say like if you want like a credit card, if you want to get a loan, they do their credit checks. But my thing is, what credit check are you doing? Like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? How is the score calculated, and why isn't it known to the general public?
Right.
Because everything is under yes or no.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're not saying like, oh, if you do this will help.
Right.
If you do this won't help. Like in America, it's very easy. You can get an app and calculate your credit score, and you can find ways to make it better. But here, it's like
it's blind.
Yeah. I ain't never done enough of my money. But you can like you know, that's the easiest way to do it. Like, but I feel like the main, like, to not have a bad credit score is just paying your bills on time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the main thing, especially
and
Belka.
Social insurance is important if you're paying into it or not. Yeah.
You mean as an individual?
As an individual.
If you're not working for a company?
Well, because you're working for a company, it's automatically paid. Right. But as an individual, are you paying into social insurance? They look at that.
But my thing is, what does that have to do with my credit? Because at the end of the day, by the time it's time for me to collect that, it's gonna be pennies.
I know.
It's not annoying. Gonna be. It's nothing going to be there. Let's just be honest. Because the money that I'm putting into it now is paying for my granny and everyone's granny right now. And they're getting pennies on it. They just got like a 2% raise, guys. 2% raise, and the cost of living in Bermuda. That doesn't even cover food for the month, what they receive. So for me, it's just like that. To me, is obsolete. Like, I don't even look at that as a like, I'm planning on getting this money, versus back in the day, like when our grandparents were young, like, yes, can't wait to get that social insurance, blah blah blah. It's completely different now.
Yeah, because
that's obsolete. Like,
working for somebody, it's just like, all right, cool, that's $2. Like, you know, you don't see it with the breakdown. $2, you don't really see
that's
it.
Like $30. That's $30 a week,
right? You know, as the breakdown, you don't see it because it's just like, all right, cool,
it's whatever,
I'm gonna get my paycheck. But as like you have to do it, it's like, no, don't take my money. So
since you have to do it, do you have to pay twice, like as an individual, like personal and business?
No, because if I'm right, it's all, if you're working, you're paying into it,
right?
I think if you're not working, I don't know how it works.
Because I know, like, when you work for a company, the way it works is, you say, like I said, it's like $30 a week or whatever, but the company is also paying $30 a week.
Oh, okay.
So for you as an individual, do you have to pay double?
I have to pay the whole thing.
So you pay in full?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will have to pay the whole thing.
And it's the same thing for the payroll tax as well. Yeah. But listen, that's another thing. Because I would rather for my employer to hire me as a independent contractor, and let me pay my own payroll tax, because it's a heck of a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it is.
It's a heck of a lot cheaper. Like, because I can say that because I was doing Sargasso, so I had to pay. Like, the thing about payroll tax is you don't have to pay it if you're not spending the money. Right. So So like, say I have my side business and I'm making money and I'm not spending it on anything, like especially like if I'm not paying myself, so to say, I don't have to pay payroll tax.
Okay.
But if you're paying yourself, then you have to pay it. So I was just stacking the money, right? So I was like, you know what? It's time for me to use this money. So it's like, okay, let me figure out how to do this tax return or whatever. And I calculated. So it was like almost $1,200 or something when I finally did it. And that's basically what I make in a week, right? Sometimes I make $1,200 a week, okay? Sometimes, not all the time, not guaranteed. Okay. But at $1,200 for that quarter, even though it's the same amount of money, but for that quarter, I paid maybe $40 as a business owner and $50 as the employee, so $90. You know how much that thing is when I luckily make $1,200 in a week. You know how much it is? It's like $150 that I'm paying in payroll tax. So when I look at that, you could just like, if I could, I'd be like, let me be an independent contractor. I'll pay for my own insurance. I'll pay for all of that, bro. If I could save $60 a week. Yeah. In theory, if I could save $60, like, to me, that baffled me. Like the fact that how much we pay, because even with that, the employer pays the same, like almost close to the exact same amount.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, well, how are these businesses that are multi-million-dollar businesses saving money if you're paying all this on payroll tax alone? That don't include the insurance. That don't include the social insurance, because I'm just one employee.
Well, payroll tax is quarterly, so...
Right, but that's even... Like, it's a big lump sum for them. If you got 2,000 employees and each person's payroll tax is $100 plus.
Yeah.
And you're paying that on a brand new way, boy.
So...
To me, that just baffles me how much we as workers pay on payroll tax. It's ridiculous.
I know. Funny story, when I first did payroll tax, I did the calculations wrong. Oh, no. So I was vexed. I was like, I'm going to pay all of this? I don't even make all of this. So I went through a piss. And they were like, oh, no, you did the percentage wrong. So it went from, I think, $700 to $7. I did it so wrong. So I was like, oh, okay.
But now you know how to do it.
Now I know how to do it. Yeah.
Like, people make it seem like it's so much to do payroll. Like, once, like, because I do it online, so it kind of calculates it for you.
Right. I didn't do it online. I did it by...
Yeah, the first time I did it by hand, too. Then I realized you could do that online.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Did you do it for, Did I do it for October?
That whole paper? And
online, yeah. Because, you know, it's every quarter. I think I did it. I'm going to have to check. Oops.
October?
It was supposed to be done by the 15th, yeah.
Hey. 14, I think the 15th was a Saturday. The 14th.
It's always up to the 15th.
It took my Snapchat, because this was last year this time. The first year I did it was when I did it. So I ranted on Snapchat about it.
And your memory came up?
Yes. And I was like, oh, it's time to pay. So I was like, okay, it's Friday the 14th. Let me go pay. So I quickly did that. And I was like, oh, shoot. And everybody's in line.
So you don't do it online at all? Or
no.
Why not?
No. I don't know. I haven't tried online. Well, I don't have a laptop, so I have a little iPad, and I got frustrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable. All right, understandable. But if you do it online, you can pay and everything online.
Yeah.
And then it sends you the receipt and everything.
I don't mind paying in person.
I'm a boss at doing $0 returns.
Pardon me?
I said I'm a boss at doing $0 returns.
Yeah.
I just have the business register. I'm not making any money from it, so they can't. You can audit me. Go for it.
Well, they did. I think they sent out a memo, and what was it? I don't know the percentage again, but they're taking back, they're giving back money for payroll tax.
Okay, nice. I think that has to do with COVID and stuff, because they lowered the rates.
So
they're making it easier on entrepreneurs.
Give me back my money.
All right, shoot, where were we? Because we went on a tangent. So registering the business, all of that, and moving forward. What happened next?
Moving forward, it was fine. Like I said, registered in May. I probably like nothing didn't start until August where I was getting more clients.
Okay.
I was still okay when I registered in May. I was still like under Feel Good Studio.
Right.
Like.
So you was just getting everything in line.
Pardon me?
You was like getting everything in line for you to start transitioning.
So something just told me. So March 2021, my boss and I had a major conflict. So being the stubborn person I am, I said I can't work under her anymore. Not like to say, like, you know, anything, but I was just seeing myself not working her anymore. I couldn't take another year or two, like, because what happened was like I said, I wanted to do more rehabilitation, and like she has stuff for that, but like I did like signs and different like coupons or what they're called,
flyers,
promos. Yeah.
Okay.
Regarding like different type of body treatments, and like I said, people's businesses are their own businesses, and how they view it is how they view it. So we conflicted because it's just like, okay, cool, you're not promoting what I'm trying to do, you're doing your own thing. So I was just like, okay, is she for me? Like are we on the same page? Like, and then it's just like I realized like you're not gonna grow how you want to underneath her. Like, it's good money and all, but you want to do more.
Right.
So that's when I started my business in May after the big conflict. And then come September, there was another conflict, and I actually resigned. I have my ladder and everything. I resigned.
So you resigned in September?
Yeah, I said, okay. Yeah, I'm got my own business. I'll be all right. And she was like, oh, you sure? I was like, yes, I'm sure. Like, I was like so sure because there was another conflict, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And she actually kind of begged me to stay. So we ended up agreeing for where I contract work for her.
Okay.
So that's when I became half and half. Well, okay. Majority me, but right. Yeah. So that's when I started to wear my big girl pants and start paying my insurance and start, actually doing these steps to go on my own.
Right.
And then December 13th, 2021, I went off on my own. I said, nope, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
I can't. Another conflict arose.
So did you find doing it as a contractor helped you like financially with the overall move, because then you have a certain amount of hours or something that you was doing there and then the rest was on your own, or how was that done?
Yes, so I picked days that I wanted to go into Feel Good Studio, and yes, I think it helped me transition as far as like I said, I had to put my big girl pants on, right. And like figure things out like for real, because it's like I'm not got her to do all my insurance and so I'm just like, okay, cool. But it was very, very slow still. Like I had like 5 clients on a regular that I was rotating, so I was living off of that, but also like living off of the clients that I was working on. Right. But I was like strong, like I'm only working Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're not gonna see me anywhere else. Even if I was not doing nothing on a Friday, I'm gonna make something happen. Like, I'm gonna keep open in case somebody says, hey, you want a massage? Like, I want a massage on Friday. So yeah.
Okay. And December 13th, all on your own.
All on my own.
So what was, because that's around Christmas time, so how was your bookings around that time?
Everything was slow.
Everything was still slow?
Yeah, everything was still slow. I had, like I said, I had constant clients, and then I had constant clients, and they were booking like weekly. So I was like, okay, this could work. This could work, you know. And they were telling their friends. And I was like, all right, cool. So like to like keep them happy more than massage, I was like, okay, well, if you tell 5 friends or 5 family members, then you got a free massage. So as incentive, and that's where the clientele was building up. So I was just like, okay, I could do this. So it went from 5 to probably like 7 or 10, and it was enough to keep me happy financially. Where it's like, okay, cool, I could do this. Right. Yeah, I could do it. Like, you know, I'm not under the water. I'm okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're in, basically, or not in. How does it feel?
It feels nice. It's liberating, actually. Some days, like, it's hard. Being a business owner is hard. Everyone, like, looks at me and like, I wish I had. I'm like, no, you do not wish you had my life, because I am bored. If I don't have a client, I am bored. Okay. And all my friends know me. I always do something adventurous, which is like what I said in the opening. I'm just living my life and I'm enjoying it.
Exactly.
So, like, I keep telling myself, like, you're gonna be busy where you don't even have time, so enjoy the time you have now.
That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah, so enjoy the time you have now, and I really have to show up for myself. Like, I told my friend the other day, I said, before I used to lie about being, I was sick. I said, before I used to lie about being sick so I don't have to go to work. Well, no, I can't afford to be sick. Not at all. Like,
yeah, I'm with you on that. Like,
I was a day out and I had to cancel my clients.
And you have more than one client. I feel like that's probably the worst thing, is when you're really sick and you have a whole lot of people, because it's not just inconveniencing you, it's inconveniencing X amount of people.
Right. And before, like I said, when I worked for somebody, I don't care. I don't want to come to work. I'm unhappy. Like, I'll make that money back.
It's called a mental health day.
But yeah, I need a mental health day.
It's not sick days. The mental health days are this, especially after COVID. They are mental health days. Like, seriously.
But then I was like weak in bed, and I was like, no. So I like was getting on my vitamins. As I said, this is a day one. I'm only having this killed for a day, because I literally can't afford.
Right.
Because it's either clients cancel altogether, and I probably wouldn't book with them until whenever they feel like it, or I have to reschedule to a day, which inconvenes probably them, but also me, because I have to squeeze everything in and make sure that, you know, it runs properly, because I'm mobile right now, so I need the time to go between. So yeah,
I feel like that's the hardest part about having a business that needs you to operate, if that makes sense. Versus if you had like an employee, is like, okay, you cover these ones, we'll reschedule X, Y, Z, and well, you get there soon if that's what you're looking to do, expand.
Before, you don't think about it, but now it's just like, okay, can I take off this hour? Like, even when I go away, I'm like, okay, can I take a week off? Like, is it affordable for one? You know, because for me, I don't have a steady paycheck.
Right.
So I don't see like a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly paycheck. I see a daily paycheck or an hourly paycheck.
Right.
And I have to work with that, because, you know, something might happen where I am sick for a week and I don't make no money.
Right.
And I have to work with the money I made previously. And that might be, I don't know,
tied up already.
Yeah. So that's the most difficult part that I'm facing.
I feel like that's a part that a lot of people don't even talk about when it comes to being your business, literally being your business. So with that being said, how do you look to expand in the future?
How do I look to expand in the future? Well, one, I just opened up above ice cream and Paget, so I do have studio access if people don't wish for mobile. And then 2, I don't see myself there long. I want to open my own spa.
Okay. Like a full-on spa, or
pardon me?
Like a full spa, like with pedicures and stuff like that too?
A full spa, something that Bermuda's never seen. I'm not going to tell all the details. I'm not going to tell nothing. I'm just going to say I want to open my own spa.
Just plug your business name one more time, so when it comes up, they know.
I might be doing something different, but right now it's clean treatments. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Clean treatments. Remember that for now until it's got a new name. All right. So you see yourself, if you're going to do a spa, you see yourself having employees and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I see myself expanding, having employees. But I love what I do. I really do love what I do. So, like, seeing somebody own a business and try to be a part of it more than just a boss, I commend them, because it's like they still have passion, but they're still trying to run it as well. So I don't want to get lost in the business part of it. Okay. I like the field work. I love working with my clients. I love like making them feel better.
So would you see yourself having someone else run the day-to-day?
Pardon me?
Would you see someone else running like the day-to-day stuff so that you can just deal with clients, or would you try and do both?
I don't know.
I'm really asking that because you just said you still enjoy like dealing with the clients and whatnot. So if you were to open up a spa, you gotta do payroll, you gotta do
well, yeah, I
so many things. Like, you know what I mean?
I would have to expand, but I really don't want to be under anybody.
No, I mean, you still be the boss, but they just do everything for you. That's their job.
Well, yes.
Their job is to make sure the business stays afloat. And
right,
you just...
So I do see
and you still do everything else.
So I follow this page on Instagram, something black something. And they was like, even in one of my books I was reading, it said, find somebody to do the work that you don't feel like doing.
Amen to that.
Yeah, even if you have to pay for it. And that just frees you up to do what you want to do.
Right.
So, like, you write your list and whatever's, like...
And it's also,
give
like...
it to somebody else.
And it's also knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses. And sometimes you just got to pay for your weaknesses. And
definitely.
That gives you more freedom.
Yeah.
So, like, for me right now, when it comes to this podcast, it's the editing. Like, I can edit. It's not that I can't and I don't know how. It's that I don't have the time to sit there. Like, if, say, we're here talking for like an hour and a half, it's going to take me a minimum of 2 hours to edit the episode. But then I was also listening to this podcast yesterday. I was like, you know what? Forget this editing nonsense. I'll just get someone to fix the audio and that's it. Okay. Like, it's just unedited. Like, nah, because it keeps it more real too. If it's like, you know, but then doing something like that, I would need to invest in about a setup. Like the cameras that are recording one time with these mics versus the audio separate, and that's where the editing issue really comes in right now, is because the audio is separate from the actual camera footage, so I have to link that together. But if I can get the audio and the camera all on one feed, I'm cool.
Yeah.
So that's the next thing, is upgrading my camera system to facilitate that. And once I have that, I think I can just go with just well, then again, I probably wouldn't even need an audio engineer because the audio should be fine.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you either pay you pay for either one.
Right. So once I get that, I think it would allow me to turn over a lot faster. And all I would need is for someone to go through and pick out clips. Right. And edit the clips and put the text on the clips for social media. And then that will make the podcast a lot easier to run, you know? So it's definitely knowing your weaknesses and what you don't want and can't want. Because, like, even because I have a clothing brand as well. So what I know with that is, because at first, like, no, I need this machine so I can do it all myself. Then I said, stop, think. Do you really want to be sitting here printing all this stuff? No. Okay, so we need to find someone that can do it for you. And because at the end of the day, time. It's time.
Yeah.
Like, how much is your time worth? That's also something that I'm learning is I need to put a value on my time and try and get what I'm worth, like, you know?
Right. So you have to pay for convenience. People pay for convenience all the time. Exactly. It's either 500 for economy or 1,000 for first class.
Exactly. That is very true.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. Sorry. Just lost my train of thought. Shoot, what was it? What was like what would you say the startup costs were for getting your equipment to be mobile?
Pardon me? The startup cost for the equipment?
Yeah, to be mobile.
So luckily, my massage bed was included in my tuition. So I didn't have to buy a massage bed.
Oh, so they just give you one? Well, you pay for it, but they give you one?
It's in your tuition, yes.
That's wicked.
Right. So, cause you have to do like home projects and stuff. So having a massage bed at the house was good for home assignments and practice. And luckily, I was the last group of classes to get that. So they changed it where in the tuition it included the funds to pay for the national registry exam.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because like if I would have waited another, like in March is the next sign up thing.
So they start like every 3 months?
Kind of.
Because you said November, January.
Yes, every 3 months.
Okay.
So my class in January 2019 class was the last to receive that benefit. Because like I don't really need the American registry to be a registered massage therapist in Bermuda. So I was just like, okay.
So did you do it anyway or no?
No, I didn't. I'm afraid of exams.
Okay.
That's another topic.
Okay, understandable.
I feel like I could do it now and pass it with like A1 scores. I mean, if I have you need it to work in Bermuda. I mean, America. You need it. Like,
because it won't hurt to have it.
No, it won't hurt to have it. You would be called a licensed massage therapist. Okay. Right now, I'm a registered massage therapist. Okay, recognized in Bermuda. But if I was to move America, I would need it.
What about if you were to decide to go to the UK or Europe?
So that's the thing. America, Canada, and UK have their own standards as far as like what you need to meet in order to be called whatever you're trying to be called, qualified for. So I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. But I knew like I was looking at a school in UK, but it's not recognized in Bermuda. So that's what a lot of therapists in Bermuda are facing now, because they've been to like UK schools. Same rundown, same thing, but it's not recognized, so they can't be part of the association. Right.
Yeah. And so basically, so the main, not the main thing, but a big difference from being a part of the association and not is that the insurance covers your massages. Is that like the main difference?
I guess. Yes, it's you're recognized, you're registered, and you're recognized.
Because let's talk about that, because I don't think we touched on that. So anyone who gets a massage from you and they have insurance, they can make a claim on the insurance, right?
Yes, if they have the insurance, the package includes massage. Okay. Because some people have like the lower insurance, which is HIP, and you know you don't get nothing, unfortunately. But yes, so being registered, you get recognized by Bermuda's. I guess it's main 3.
Okay.
Is there any 3 insurance companies?
That's like 3 main, but then the reinsurance that insure the insurance companies. So it's Colonial, BF&M, and August.
Right. Yeah. So the association is recognized by these 3. Okay. Unfortunately, like it's so sad. I have a lot of clients that I come across that are on the GHI, and it's not covered, and it's a problem because like they need it too.
Amen to that.
They need it too. And I feel so sad, like, when I say, oh, well, I'm not covered. And it's just like, they get so disappointed. So, like, I have deals for them because I think everyone...
And the consistent clients, I'm assuming.
Not
all of them?
Not really. Because of how it's government's assets.
So, and that's the thing. See, government is like the number one employer. And you have the crappiest insurance.
I know, it's unfortunate.
It's really sad.
And that's the thing, I think, what's happening now with the association, we're trying to get recognized more than just, like, one of my clients calls it fufu massage. More than fufu massage. Like, you know, more than just luxury massage. More than just, oh, I'm going to go and get a massage on my birthday. No, it's therapeutic. Right. It's rehabilitating. It's, like, needed for, like, weekly, daily.
Yeah. Because
health.
Because I have back issues due to my job, and I know that if I get a weekly massage, I'll probably be in a better situation than I am now. My back hurting me every single day. So,
yeah.
Look forward to my weekly bookings. Once I figure out this whole claim situation, got
you. It's beneficial, actually. And that's what I'm trying, like, that's why I kind of drifted from Feel Good. Not to say that she didn't do, like, therapeutic massages, because that's what she did. That's what I did.
Right.
But as far as, like, stepping away from the whole luxury, I'm gonna go to the spa on a Saturday.
Right.
Because that's what people see it as, and unfortunately people see it as sexual as well. So it's a lot that we're trying to step away from, that people still have in their mind that, oh yeah, massages, happy endings and good times and relaxation, and I just deserve a massage every year. When you deserve a massage every week if you you really need it at weekly, like, you know,
because it's more so like health as well.
Yeah, it's
because it helps. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what, but I know it helps.
Is mental health. It touches all around. Because you're getting your circulation, depending on, like, your back issues, that releases you know, the stress off of that. Yeah. And you could perform better, you could function better at your job. So government, I've said this before to my clients, an unhappy worker is not a good worker.
Amen to that. That's accurate.
You know.
That's, yeah.
Imagine.
Because I've even read a book. It's called, what was it called? The 5 a.m. Club. And it's just some rich guy just living his best life. And he wakes up religiously at 5 a.m. every day. It's a very good read. I swear it should be a movie. And it sounds crazy for me to say that, but it's very detailed. Like, how, like, he tells a whole story. And that's why it's like, this will be a lit movie.
Yeah.
But, anywho, he, like, closer to the end, he was like, yeah, I get a massage every week. And I'm just like, know how expensive that, like, that was my first thing. Like, do you know how expensive, like, you could say that because you're a multi-millionaire, you don't have to work, you move as you please type thing. And then I found, like, then after reading that, I started looking into it. It's like, what are the health benefits, what's this, what's that, and it's very beneficial. And then I realized my insurance covers it. So I was like, okay, so even if the massage is $100, I may only really be paying $20 a week when you look at it. So it's like $20 a week is more affordable than $100 a week. I may have to pay $100 up front, but I'm gonna get it back. So it's like, okay, I can probably make this work. And like I said, I read this book like well over a year ago, and I still haven't figured this out. And that's just because I'm the only person standing in my way. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
because it's just me being lazy and not figuring out how to do my claims.
Yeah, and that's going back to what we as the association, or what I want to shift like everyone's thought, because everyone thinks, like you said, massage is luxury and I'm gonna get it when I deserve it. And then it's like you have to shift your mindset to say, okay, if I pay for my teeth to get cleaned or whatever needs to be done every 2 times
2-3
a
months.
year,
Yeah.
then why can't I invest in this health option for me that's gonna make me work better, like on
And
a
feel
weekly
better.
basis or even a monthly basis? You don't have to do weekly, you don't have to do bi-weekly or monthly or even every 3 months. It's just like, okay, you have to like switch it to like, okay, I need this to be healthier.
Right.
Yeah. So once you like get out of that mindset of like, I deserve it, to I actually need this, then that's when you it's like, okay, cool, you're investing in yourself in a good way. It's not like you're paying $20 for, something that's not beneficial. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to promote. And hopefully we get to GHI government. I don't know who I have to talk to, but I want to talk to them.
Let's get it. Because, like, honestly, like I said, they're the number one employer in Bermuda. And they got the number one unhappy employees ever.
Oh my God.
So, like, everyone deals with government workers. Let's just be honest.
I know.
Any country you're in, you deal with government workers. Like, literally, any country.
And that's the thing.
And they are not always the happiest.
But that's the thing. They run this country.
And they're paid the nicest. And I like the paid, like, not the nicest, but
the paid well.
Very well. Like, they are paid a livable wage. Let's put it that way.
But the miserable. Yeah. Sorry, not all of you, but
majority.
It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't, like I said, like you shouldn't have to lie about being sick or try to calculate all your mental health days and stretch them out. If you make the environment better, then you have better workers. That means better service. That means more people avoid people. Like, if I know that I'm gonna get that grumpy lady on a Thursday, I'm not going on Thursdays. Like,
very accurate.
So if that grumpy lady got a massage and she was all relaxed and she was all happy, then we have more people on Thursdays coming through.
Most definitely.
But yes. I guess it's more than massage there.
It is. Is there anything that we haven't spoken about that you'd like to touch on?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I could talk about my business real quick. Say Queen Treatments, registered massage therapist. That means you can use your insurance to get massages. I'm open Monday to Saturday, 8 to 7 most days. Majority I am mobile, but I do have space to do massages at my place above Ice Cream and Paget. Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool. So at the end of every episode, I ask a series of questions. Just gonna go through this with you. What advice would you give 18-year-old you about what you're doing now?
18-year-old me? Where was I at 18? I would say start focusing on yourself and figuring out what drives you. Know that whatever you're doing is for the reason that you're doing it. It is what it is. Don't get mad. On to the next thing, Yeah.
All right. What advice would you give our listeners on entrepreneurship?
What advice? I would say show up for yourself. That's like my main thing that I keep telling myself. Show up for yourself, because no one else is gonna do it, and it's not easy. Yeah, just get all your stuff in order so that no one can tell you differently, and just don't listen to the negative. You just keep doing you. Just be like, it's whatever. I'm good. You have to lie to yourself sometimes though. Just be like, if you say every day I'm good, then you become good, and people start saying, oh, okay, I see what you're doing now. When before it's just like, I thought you didn't see what I was doing. You just show up for yourself and it all works out.
All right. What's next for you and Queen's treatment.
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Hopefully continuing doing what I'm doing, adding more clients, offering my services to different companies. So right now I'm at a company that I go to every other week at Fridays, but I want to do that more.
So when you say that, like, you're doing multiple people in that day, or?
Yeah, so I station myself in one of the wellness rooms, and then they come in as if, like, you know, I just set up my spa in that room, and they come in as clients, and yeah.
Okay, that's
so
cool.
Hopefully offering that to different companies. I did that with BHB, actually.
Oh, really?
You didn't know about it. It was for the emergency service. So it was for the EMTs and the emergency nurses. This was in March 20.
How are they going to offer something to us and not tell us about it?
This happened in March.
Of this year?
Yeah. They had, they had a bunch of massage therapists coming. I think it was every day for 2 weeks.
I'm going to ask about that when I go back to work on Thursday.
Walter knew about it?
That's the man that always forgets. I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to ask him, when is it coming again?
Yeah.
Why isn't it a monthly situation?
Ask him.
I'm going to ask him.
Make sure you
I'm going to ask his boss too.
But yeah, it was appreciation for the emergency services. It was in the early.
Bet you all nurses use that.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably the only ones that got to it.
Yeah, I never saw EMT.
My point exactly.
I never saw EMT, but the nurses, they were really tight. You know, you guys need it.
And that's why it should be on a monthly basis.
Yeah, you guys need it, because emergency service, oh my gosh. What you guys deal with every day.
You did the course.
I know.
So, what would you say to your future self 5 years from now?
5 years from now?
Like, as a personal thing.
Like me talking to my future self?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So 5 years from now, how old am I going to be? Be 31, 32?
I don't know. I'll be 25. I'm 25 for the rest of my life. I don't know what age means.
It's crazy.
I don't know. That's a good question.
For me, this week, my answer would be, you did it. You are where you want to be. You're on, like, you're a full-time entrepreneur. Like, you did that. For me this week, that's what I'm been telling myself, because I'm been on a, like, cause like everyone has a clothing brand. Like, I like supporting black businesses, and it's like everyone has a clothing brand. I'm just like, oh, I want to buy so-and-so's thing, I want to buy so-and-so's thing. And I literally said to myself, nah, we're done buying other people's stuff this year. We need to get our stuff out there, because you've been sitting on your stuff for well over a year and you have done absolutely nothing. So what's changing? Yeah. Like, that's like like, I was sick for a week and I did absolutely nothing, and it was like, it's weird the way our bodies work. Like, they force you on rest, if that makes sense. And that's exactly what happened, because it was more of a mental rest that I needed than a physical. And it's just like, and I did absolutely nothing. I was just like watching Amazon Prime. That's it. That's all I did for a week. That's all I did for an entire week. And coming out of it, my logic was, you need to stop BSing around your business. Like, you keep saying you're going to be a billionaire, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. How are you going to do that?
Show up for yourself.
So it's like, well, you see, I'm got all my stuff today.
Like it.
Everything I wear is mostly mine anyway, but it's like, I don't promote it. And that's where my issue is. So now it's a case of, I know what brands, like what blanks I'm going to use. I'm just figuring out a Bermuda source to do it. And we'll see how that works, because some people are just inconsistent. So, once I get my Bermudas, because I'd rather try and use another small business in Bermuda than some place in the States. But once I can figure that out, and then I just need to get my samples, let me get my photo shoot, and I just need to push and do pre-orders. And then I say on this date, that's when I'm doing my first like official order type thing. So by the end of the year, you'll be seeing me everywhere, guys. And make sure you buy something. Yeah. Make sure you buy something. That's all I gotta say is by the end of the year, make sure you buy something. Right now I have hats, black, and I have white. There's available now. Like that's a whole nother situation of setting up a website.
I know. Ugh.
That was, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna tell this story real quick. So first off, I got the correct information. I filled out my application. I took it to the bank. And I had, like, because I put myself on a timeline. I was going away in June. It needs to be done before I go away. Period. So I went and did that. So, and then in September, I'm just like, hold on. I ain't heard nothing back from this bank. Like, what is going on? So I physically, like, because I thought about it at the end of August, and I went like September 1st or 2nd, and I went there's like, hey, I put in an application in June and I haven't heard anything back. And the woman that answered the door is the woman that everything goes across her dash. Is like, I will remember your name, because you know my first name is Scudini, like you can't forget that. And she's like, nope, never heard of it. I'm just like, really? So it's like, here's a new application. I will go and search. It's ridiculous. And then, because luckily I didn't have one thing, so I had to email the last part to the woman. So now I have a timestamp, like on the day that it was handed in and the person that it was handed to. So she said, okay, I'm gonna go follow up with so-and-so and see what happened. Nowhere to be found.
It's ridiculous.
Nowhere to be found. And because of that, I wasted $350. It's because really I paid for Shopify, like my website to be on Shopify, and apparently as of September 1st they stopped using authorized.net, which is what you have to use to have online stuff in Bermuda. So as of September 1st I can't use it, and they don't give refunds because I paid for the year up front. So it's like, so now I had to transfer everything to a completely new website. But mind you, once I did that, it was up within a week. But still, like, I wasted $350.
Yeah.
Like, I was so pissed.
That's a lot. That's another.
So my thing is, like, is it my fault or is it bank's fault? Because now I have to take accountability. It's like, well, you ran away in June, you didn't hear nothing back. When you came back, you probably should have went and checked on it. Like, you should have went and said, hey, just following up my application, blah, blah, blah. Because the process only took a week and a half.
Right.
Once I went and followed up, it took a week and a half for everything set up. So it's like, damn, if I went and just made a phone call to try and see about it, I wouldn't have wasted $350. But it's all a learning process. But
it is a learning process. But I think when it comes to stuff like that, you trust that people would be doing their job.
That too.
It's just like, you're not thinking like, okay, cool, I have to follow up with somebody that's
their job
to do what they're supposed to do. And it's that's the ridiculous part about it, because it's just like, why haven't you, like, I know you got thousands of people doing the same thing, but it's your job to filter all these thousands of people.
And I also feel like,
what are you gonna pay for?
Like, especially at Butterfield Bank, that system needs to change, because that hasn't only happened to me, and I could tell you that for sure.
I think like, it's all the companies.
But I noticed that I've had that issue multiple times with Butterfield, because it's just that desk at the front and there's only those two ladies there, and you got hundreds of people coming in, flocking in daily, putting in applications or getting up, like different things like that. So I feel like, especially if it's a business, you should send them to the business center. Like, that's also my thing, is I'm dealing, because when I go to follow up, I'm following up with you. That's who I gave it to, right? Oh, no, you need to go this place. I'm like, well, I never heard of this person, so why are you sending me there now if you could have sent me there in the first place?
It's annoying.
And they gave me the exact same stuff, and I took it back and handed it to the woman right in her hand.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's annoying that you have to actually put in time to, like I said, make sure someone's doing the job.
The fact that it's not online is also an issue. Yeah. We're in 2022. Like, why are we still doing paperwork? Safety trees. Because everything else is online. It's only Butterfield when you think about it. Because HSBC, everything's online. Clarion, they don't even have bank tellers no more.
Yeah, they don't. I went in there for the first time like last year.
No. You ain't been to the new location. They're not
Reed Street?
No, they're at Point House where the building that Hamilton Princess just bought. Old Boys Point.
Oh,
that building, the right there where HSBC used to be.
Oh, yeah.
And it's literally no tellers. It's just a deposit, a no wait deposit, an ATM. You have two people there to help you fill out something that you should have known you're done. And I'm just like, they just made so many jobs obsolete. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the part that baffles me, is how many jobs they just took away.
Yeah. Like, and that's something I realized in 2020 when COVID happened. I said, I'm so grateful that I got into this job, because I don't think a machine can do this efficiently. So I'm like, I could work during COVID. Like, once stuff started opening up, and like, being that I'm registered, it's more like a medical massage. Right. So I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is a good thing. Like, sorry for the people that lost their job over COVID. Most definitely. And are looking for jobs, because there's a lot of people that are jobless right now. But like that,
I think they're still getting the government checks though. I think they are.
I wish.
And there's like, and you know what's crazy? Like, when it comes to those checks that they were given, that's like what people that make good money were getting. Not these people. Like, no, I'm not trying to judge people, but not the people that were working below minimum wage. Right. So for them, it's easier to stay. No, for them it was easier to stay unemployed than going and getting a job, because they're making more money than they've been making before.
That is true. That is working the system.
They were literally getting like more than $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
And I make $1,200 every so often in a week, and they're getting that every week. I might as well have quit my job. I'm like, yes, give me that. I'm cool. I live by myself. Like, that's crazy.
But then again, I wouldn't want to like be like a baby bird waiting for the mother to feed them, because then you have to ration that too.
But the issue, I feel like the issue with Bermudians are they're okay with collecting money from government.
I know.
Well, and that's what I hate the most, is the people that refuse to work. Like, you can work, but you're choosing not to because that government checks better than
we have a lot of people that get comfortable. Mm-hmm. Not in that sense, but also in the sense of, I'm working where I'm working, I'm fine, even though they could probably do better.
Mm-hmm. They're very complacent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know what it is? We grew up, like, our parents and grandparents like told us, oh yeah, you need to work for somebody, Right. I think this generation, being part of this generation where we're changing things, and it's like, it's different for people that are older than us, because they're like, you can't do that. Like, I've had so much people like be confused to like my lifestyle, and like, why am I not working for somebody? And then I have like few people that's like, good for you, I'm glad you're doing that. But a lot of the older people, like, they're like, no, you're not gonna do it because like you need to do this, and it's a lot of negative. So I just try not to listen to them.
And for them also, when they were our age, it was cool to have 3 jobs and slaving. That was bragging rights. Like, oh, I work this place, this place, this place. Like, that was legit bragging rights back then. Now it's just like, there's a new way of life, and you don't have to work this hard.
Minimum.
And sometimes you make more.
Yeah.
And you're happier. And I think our generation now is also more on that mental health tip, because before they didn't care. Like, even with my line of work, all my coworkers, they're numb. Like, they have, like, and I hate to say it, but when you really look at it, all like most of my senior coworkers, only 2 or 3 of them are still married out of 25. all of them have had failed marriages or relationship problems or different different things, and a lot of people may think, oh well, that's just them. Like, nah, if you really think about it, look at what you do every day, and then you take that home. How do you think that's gonna affect the people that are within your house? And I feel like they don't see that, and that's why they don't see how messed up they really are. Because that's another thing. Like you say, massages we need. No, we need free freaking counseling.
Yeah.
Not counseling, therapy. Sorry, because counseling and therapy are two different things. We need free therapy.
That's the thing. Mental health is just like common important in
yes.
Bermuda.
And it's
still like you're either crazy or you're okay. And we're so used to being okay and so used to saying, oh yeah, I don't need to get therapy. And people's like,
why you want to do that? Why you want to like
that's not for you. Like, you don't need therapy. You don't need therapy. You're okay. But in fact, like, we are all not okay. Like, it's some like traumatic things that we go through that we have adapted to our normal lives that it's like, okay, that's questionable, but I'm used to it.
I got one more question. My apologies.
No problem.
Lastly, where do you see yourself and your business in 5 year time?
In 5 years? So, as anybody who does, what's them called? Vision boards and lists. I like a good list, even though like my brain's not set up to do lists. 5 years time, I have, now when I first started in 2019, it was 10 years. Now that's shortened. Right. So 5 years, I see myself opening up a spa, like I said, something that Bermuda doesn't really have. I have to do more research, but I'm pretty sure no one has it. Like, we have our basic spas with like treatments and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, you know. But this is gonna be like next level, like, okay, like it's luxury, it's rehabilitation, it's like just a mixture of everything, like a wellness center, really. So I wanna open that up, and that's where I see myself in between 5 and 10 years, like from now, like, you know, depending on how long it takes.
Okay. Last question. Do you have any questions for me?
Where can I get your merchandise right now? I see you got shorts on. I see you got sweattops. Yep. I know you just said you have hats. Is it more than hats or?
So right now, what I have physically are only the hats. And like with this, like I literally just decided I'm gonna do this when I went away in June, and only so many. Like I put it up like on my Instagram, like, hey, you guys want a set? This is gonna be the price, and a few friends got back to me. I was like, okay, bet. So I did them for them. I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about the money. Just take it. Just make sure you send me pictures or whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, those few people believed in me when I had absolutely nothing. So it's like, bet. You guys can have this, but the next one, you know, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's not like... And then I was also in a place, like, when I was traveling, like, I was very under budget. So, like, the money I spent was, like, spending money I had, and I just didn't spend. So it's not like I spent money that I needed back, if that makes sense. So that's why I was like, okay, nah, you could just have it. So I got it for a few friends, and I got pants for all my family. So all my family has like, everyone's is different, so no one has the exact same thing. And that's how I wanted it for the first set. So I'm getting ready to go away again. So I'll probably do the same thing and try and get as many people, like, hey, let me know what colors you like. I'm not going to say this is the exact color you can get, but let me know your sizes and your color, and then go from there. And then this time around, I'm going to get someone else to do the embroidery for me. Save my time, because it took me like 2 weeks to finish everything around my work schedule. But so... by the time this airs, you can go on my website, 441brand.co, and you can order there. Okay. So right now, the hats are available, and everything else that you see on the website is there as a pre-order. But yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years. I will be a millionaire in 5 years. I'm gonna be worth more than $1 million in 5 years.
You know.
My podcast will be successful. I probably have 2 podcasts by then. Ooh. I do have a second podcast idea where I'm speaking to more than just black people. So I like only talking to black people, but at the same time, there's some interesting other people out there.
Yeah.
So I definitely have that idea already set up. So 2 podcasts. My clothing brand's gonna be popping. My clothing brand will also be a distributor, because that's my main goal, is to be a distributor. So like I said, I have these hats, so you can buy them and you can put your stuff on there. So it's like replacing a 47 or a New Era hat, basically. So you're just using a black owned brand instead of some brand that you don't know who owns it. But yeah, my clothing brand would be well established, especially as a distributor. It's the main thing versus my individual products. And like I said, I'll be worth $1 million.
So you be just doing everything you said full time, or
yeah,
still be?
I think I'll be doing the podcast more so full time than because that takes me physically being there. Versus everything else could be automated.
Yeah.
And that's,
so you have like multiple interviews a day, and
that's the goal. And traveling for it, because why limit myself to this little island?
I see it. Yes. What made you start a podcast? What drew you to this type of interaction?
Okay, so let's see. At first it really started as me creating an Instagram page and trying to make money from it. That epically failed. But I did come up with the name The Black Excellence Club, so I had to stop and think, like, why did this name come to me? Like, why did I create The Black Excellence Club? And the reason I did was to create and facilitate an avenue to get information. Because when I was trying to learn about investing, finance, anything, business, whatever, I was always learning from a white man. So I'm just like, nah, there's black people out there that know information, that have information. So it's more, and it's also networking. Trying to find more people that are like-minded as well, and just having conversations with them and keeping a relationship up after the fact. So that's the main reason I did it. So it was a platform for people to learn.
Well, and that's the thing. It's a nice community. Like how you said in the beginning, how you didn't know how to start a business.
Right.
You have this as an outlet to be like, okay, this is how you do something in Bermuda, and it cuts the time, and it's just like people would probably feel more comfortable to be a part of like your club and share the thoughts and just have a whole community.
Right.
So I see vision.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions?
Not that I know of, no.
All right. Thank you, Jaqueena, for coming through.
No problem.
Just plug your social media. Tell them where they can find you.
What's my Instagram? It's probably Queen's World. No, that's my personal Instagram. My Instagram is Queen Treatments with 2 S's. You can find me there. Right now I'm not posting, which I need to do more of. That's one thing that I've learned taking a course like with massage, and altogether as a business, it benefits. That promotion is everything. How you put yourself out there, manipulating people's minds to seeing your logo everywhere. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. And then the next thing you know, they're like, oh, you in this place? I'm seeing it. So promotions, everything. Logos are everything. Just putting yourself out there. So I have to do more, but you can follow me on Instagram, Queen's World with 2 S's. I do not have a website as of right now, but if you would like to contact me for massage, my number is 519-0305, or you could go on Instagram and message me. But yeah, it's really intimate as far as connection with me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming through.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
No problem.